Okay, so let's talk about the pop-up closed state. So here I am on the site Popups, and I'm going to go ahead and create a brand new pop-up and head to configure. And I'll just do my usual, set this to never end, set this to sticky and save. Okay, cool. So by default, if I actually go ahead and just refresh my page, we should see the pop-up appear after the page is finished loading. So that's just a default pop-up behavior. And when it's all done, there we go. So when the pop-up is closed, by default, it's just going to go away. And that's fine. That's a standard pop-up behavior. So we can actually override this behavior in the pop-up close section. So I'm going to change this close state from hide pop-up to shrink to tab. This is going to allow me to, instead of closing that pop-up, create or transform it into a tab that'll appear in the bottom left or bottom right, top left, bottom right, so on and so forth. Um, and what this will do is it'll allow me to close the pop-up, and then if I need to, I can just open it back up again. So I'm going to refresh the page, and this time when the pop-up appears, I'll close it, and we'll see a tab appear on the bottom left because that's the location I've set. Okay, here's my pop-up. I'm going to close this, and here's my tab. So it's using the Cyberschool logo. It's using the school image. But if I want to override that behavior, I'm going to uncheck this Use School Image box, and then I can actually set an icon instead. So if I want to set a lightning bolt, or I think this is a bomb, I'm not going to do that, a bone, um, whatever type of icon you happen to want to set is up to you. And then I can also change the location of that if I wanted to. So we have a little tab, and when I give it a click, the pop-up comes back up, and then it's tabs again. So this is one close behavior. The other one is a little bit weirder. It's called compress to frame. So this is going to take my pop-up and it's going to compress it down, scale it down to be a single frame on the website. So I'm going to do bottom right this time, and I'll do save pop-up. Okay, perfect. I'm going to refresh. Okay, so I get my pop-up. There it is. I'm going to give this a close. And now what we see here is a little window on the side. It's a little frame on the bottom right hand side, and it has my title and it has my content, and the content is going to be scaled down to fit inside this little frame. So I can actually hit this little minimize button, and it's going to minimize that frame, and so that's just fixed on the site now. So if I give this pop-up title a click, it brings that back up, and this maximize button is going to give me the pop-up again. So it's a nice little way to kind of keep the information there, and then users can close that if they need to. Unfortunately, there's not a dismiss button on that. This is something pretty new to us, so we're trying to figure out, which direction we want to go with this. Um, and so in terms of the frame itself, we have the frame dimensions. So if you want to increase or decrease this frame here, um, we have these options available. I'm going to reduce the height a bit because my content is not very plentiful, and I'll reduce the width a bit also. Okay, now I'm going to refresh. Okay, so I get my pop-up. Let me close it. Now it's much smaller now. Okay, so that's looking a little, I wouldn't say better, but it's less in the way, which is ideally what we would like to do because we don't want this content to block content for other viewers. And so yeah, in terms of overriding default behavior, we're going to use this pop-up closed section. All right, so stay tuned for the next videos, which goes over banner configuration. See you then.